All right. Okay, so today is part 2 of our series on studying. And today we're going to focus on how to use different learning styles. So, okay, last week was part 1 of our series on studying effectively, where we assessed our studying skills. And so now we will learn about how to use different learning styles. Because many scholars have mentioned before that sometimes they feel like their success in a class depends on how great of a teacher that they have. And so it's really good to learn about and think about the different learning styles that are out there, right? So we're going to introduce them, and we're going to introduce strategies that we want you to be able to realize or learn. Okay, Daniel just joined us. And so you can take charge of your learning abilities regardless of what teacher or teachers that you may have throughout your schooling. Okay, let's see. Okay, so before we begin, let's go over some announcements. The first is to attend February Growth Mindset Workshop. Please do not miss that. If you do, let us know so that you can reschedule. And then the second is to attend February coaching. If you have not already, please make sure you check your calendars and don't miss that, because we would have to reschedule. And February is a very short month, so that would be pretty difficult to do. So definitely check your calendars, make sure to attend coaching with me. Okay. And then the last is work on your February goals. So if you already had coaching with me, definitely don't forget, right, about your goals and keep me updated on your progress. Okay, and to prep for this session, you will need your YSP journal. For this session, you'll need them more to just take notes or to write some things down when you're in your groups discussing. Okay, and then Zoom controls, as always, use the raise hand button. So everybody take a moment to open up your YSP journals and let me know once you have them ready by hitting the raise hand button. Yeah, so take a moment to do that. Thank you, Kayla, Helen, Andrea, I see you, Gerardo, Angela, Antonio. Okay, take a few more seconds to look for your journal and raise your hand once you have it ready. Aziel, thank you. Okay, a few more seconds. All right, take a few more seconds to look for that. All right, so let's go over some group learning agreements. So as always, be present and engage with me and your partners. Turn on your camera and show your face. If your camera's off for whatever reason, please let me know the reason, because if your camera's off and you don't participate, that's not very good for your attendance, right? Okay, and then one mic. Respect people's stories and contributions. Be patient with others and be respectful of others in general. Okay, let's see. Our session will be successful today if we get to know each other, if we learn about audio, visual, and tactile learning styles and strategies, and if we practice using different combinations of AVT learning styles to complement your studying. Okay. So before we get into all of that, let's just check in, right? So the check-in question of the day is, what helps you relax or de-stress? So this could be anything. It doesn't have to be like a ritual that you have, but just like anything that helps you relax. And we'll share this out loud. As always, I'll go first as an example. So for me personally, if I am feeling stressed or tense, I like to set aside an hour to just watch my favorite show or my favorite shows, just to chill and forget about my stress. Okay, who wants to share what helps them relax first? Yes, Andrea.
I listen to music and meditate sometimes.
Yeah, those are great. Thank you for that. Who else wants to volunteer? You can raise your hand or unmute. Okay. All right, then I guess I can call. What about Kayla?
I also like to listen to music to de-stress.
Yeah, pretty cool. Music is very helpful. I do that sometimes as well. Okay, Helen, what about you?
I guess I also listen to music.
Mm-hmm. Music, yeah. What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Most types really. Like I'll listen to pretty much anything as long as it's good.
Right. Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing. Let's see who else. Aziel, what about you? What helps you relax or de-stress?
I also listen to music and also play basketball.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Let's see who else. Daniel, what about you? What helps you relax?
Same, listening to music and also just watching shows.
Yeah,
Entertaining.
great. Okay, what about Gerardo?
For me, just getting up and walking around, I guess.
Yeah, getting some exercise can help. Great. Okay. What about Angela? Can you unmute?
Scroll through videos of kittens and cats.
Yeah, very cute. Cool. Thank you. And what about Antonio?
What helps me relax?
Yeah.
I think listen to music.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a specific genre that helps you relax?
Not really.
Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, cool. Looks like everybody shared. Let's move on to feelings. Okay, so as always, let me know how you're feeling in the chat and why. It could be more than one feeling. I will go first. I am feeling optimistic. I'm looking forward to a few things. So yeah, I'm feeling quite optimistic. Okay, so let me know how you're feeling in the chat and why, and I'll start reading them off once they start coming in. So take a moment to do that. Okay, so Kayla says overwhelmed, a lot of schoolwork this month. Yeah, I hope you get all of your schoolwork done and that you get a chance to relax soon. Okay. Andrea says feel relaxed and energetic because she has the week off. That's wonderful. I'm glad some of you have the week off to relax. Angela says well rested and happy, got more red envelopes than she hoped for. Yeah, I'm glad you got a lot of red envelopes. Okay, let's see. Helen says disappointed because the SAT she was going to take got canceled. And there aren't any more testing centers nearby for 100 miles. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear about that, but I hope you get that sorted out soon. All right, Gerardo says comfortable, finished most of my homework for the week. That's great. I'm glad you're on top of it. Aziel says feel tired, don't know why. Yeah, sometimes I feel tired too without knowing why, without reason. Okay, and then Daniel says concern because a lot of work. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What about Antonio? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling just good because I still got break.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that you are feeling good. Okay, looks like everybody shared. If not, you can still drop your answer in the chat. But thank you all for sharing. Okay. All right, so for this one, you can just unmute or raise your hand to answer. The question is, what have you heard about different learning styles? So, just when you think about learning styles, what do you know or what have you heard? It could be anything. So just there's no right or wrong answer, just anything that you have heard or know. So like, what's a learning style, right? What is that? Or where have you heard of it before? Anyone? You can unmute. Yeah, Kayla.
Well, I've heard there's like a variety of learning styles. Some people prefer to learn doing like hands-on projects, while other people prefer to learn like through a textbook or reading.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. There are different learning styles, and people do prefer to learn one way or another, or in multiple different ways, right? So that's great. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Any thoughts on learning styles? Anything you've heard? If not, I'll call on one or two people. Okay. What about Aziel? What have you heard about different learning styles?
I guess like some people are like really sensitive, and like when they're really trying to focus, and other people are like listen to music and study and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so some people prefer to learn or study in more quiet spaces. I guess that's one way. Okay, thank you for sharing. Anyone else? If not, I guess we can move on. Okay, so here's a myth. I only learn best with one learning style. So this is a myth, right? Why might this belief be harmful? Why would it harm someone if this is what they believe, that they only learn best with one type of learning style? Anyone have an answer for that? If not, I'll call in people. Okay. What about Helen? Why do you think it is harmful for you to think you can only learn in one way?
Because like you might not try out any other ways, and those other ways could actually be like just as good for you.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great answer. Because you don't really know if other learning styles can benefit you, right? If you don't try, if you only have this mindset, you won't really know, like Helen said. Okay, anyone else have an answer for this one? Okay, what about Daniel? Why might this be harmful?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Like you're gonna be closed-minded to other learning styles when
Right.
in reality you are learning different styles, because I mean the teacher can be lecturing you on one thing and then showing you a visual, which is like two different learning styles.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned visuals. I'm going to talk about that later, but you're absolutely right. Closed-minded, it's closed-minded to think that way. You're limiting yourself. So definitely great answers. Okay, let's see. So this is the truth, right? Using different combinations of learning styles for different classes and activities will lead to effective learning, because certain classes may require certain learning styles from you. And so it's definitely good to consider different ones and also different combinations. All right. And then this statement, right? Different learning styles give you more tools to study. This is very true. Okay. All right, so let's get into what different learning styles are there. And then so these are three that YSP wants to emphasize, or what YSP recommends, right? So the ABT learning styles, which are auditory, visual, and tactile. And keep in mind that ABT learning styles, they're not necessarily separate, right? We highly recommend you combine, right? Look for what works for you best in each one and combine them. So don't just stick to one learning style. They're all beneficial in different ways. Okay, so auditory, visual, and tactile. Okay, and so this is when you might want to use your YSP journal to take notes, because this information is very helpful, especially for those of you who want to try out different study methods or skills or be better at studying and learning. So definitely take this moment to take notes if you think that's appropriate for you. Okay, but do pay attention to this because we will be playing a game later on. All right, so the first is auditory. So this one focuses on listening and speaking, right? So just what you hear, right, auditory. And then some, right, auditory skills or methods or habits that you can have are, you know, reading text out loud or reviewing flashcards out loud, right? Repeating the words or sentences, listening to videos like Crash Course, Khan Academy, etc., or teaching others, because when you teach others, you're lecturing, you're speaking out loud. So that can really help you, or have others quiz you out loud. So this is all about auditory. And also keep in mind that these aren't the only skills or methods that you can employ. There are other ones as well. And also some of these can fit into other learning styles, right? Like the videos, this could also be visual because you're watching. But yeah. Okay, and then you have visual learning style, which is focused on sight and imagery, right? So here you can learn by using charts or diagrams to explain concepts, right? You can color code your notes. You can circle main ideas while you're reading, right? Visual. You can watch study videos. You can find timelines or visual aids to, you know, remember main ideas. You can draw things yourself, right? Color. Okay. And then the last learning style is tactile. So this is more hands-on, right? Active. And this can include taking notes, right? Actively writing with your hand instead of typing or just listening, right? So take notes to capture main ideas. You can use online learning games, right? Playing games. You can walk around your room when reviewing flashcards, or you can build something with your own hands to represent what you're learning, right? So for example, if you're in physics, you can build a model to help you learn more about or understand gravity better, right? So stuff like that would be tactile. Okay, so before we move to the game, any questions on these three learning styles? Okay, but yeah, this is very important and you can definitely employ this in the future, right? ABT learning style, auditory, visual, and tactile. Okay, so let's play a game. I'm going to split you all into two groups. Okay, let's see. So the objective is to see how many movie titles you can remember out of the 20 that I read out loud. So yeah, your objective is to remember as many as you can. And then you're going to be in two teams, right? One team, team one and team two. Each team will have 2 minutes to strategize before each round, and you'll have 2 rounds. So the first round, you will strategize and you can just try any learning style or any method that you want, right? It's an open round. You can do whatever you want to remember or capture the movie title. So anything goes. And then for round 2, you're going to strategize with your team again using more methods of ABT learning styles. So definitely think about ABT when you're strategizing for round 2, because I'll be asking you about that. Okay. All right, so round 1, you're going to strategize with your team first for about 2 minutes, right? What will you use to remember or capture and get all the information for your team? And each team will have one person that will read their list out loud back to me when you come back to the main group, and I'll choose the spokesperson for each team soon. But let me just put you all into your groups. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to clarify anything. Let's see. So it looks like there are 8 people.
Wait, yeah, can you explain what we're doing again?
Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do is play this game, and the objective is to remember as many movie titles as you can out of the 20 that I read out loud. And there will be 2 teams that do that. And each team will have 2 minutes to strategize before each round, and you'll have 2 rounds. So the first round, you can think of any method, any strategy you want to remember or capture the movie titles. And then round 2, you have to use the ABT learning styles to strategize. Okay, hopefully that clears it up. Okay, I'll put you in your groups now. You have 2 minutes to strategize. Let's see, so 4 people per group. Okay. All right, I'll open the rooms now. You have 2 minutes to come up with your plan, and then you come back and I'll read the movie titles to you. And you can do anything to capture or remember the movie titles. Okay, looks like most people are back. Okay, looks like everybody is back. Okay, cool. All right, so this is round 1. I will start reading the 20 movie titles now, so be prepared, everybody. All right, so let's begin. Blackfish, 10 Things I Hate About You, Always Be My Maybe, 50 First Dates, Saving Private Ryan, A Beautiful Mind, Air Bud, 2001, A Space Odyssey, How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Stand and Deliver, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Mean Girls, Wonder Woman 1984, A Streetcar Named Desire, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Amazing Adventures of Bill and Ted, The Truman Show, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so those were the names. So now I'm going to put you all back into your group, and but first I'll choose one person from each group who is going to read out the list of titles that they got. Okay, but yeah, once you get into your groups, you're going to consolidate your list or combine your list of names, and then whoever is in charge of being, or whoever is the spokesperson will record them right in their YSP journal. And when you come back, you'll read them back to me. Okay, so I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to gather all the titles in your group. Let me know if you have any questions, but I will open the rooms now. Okay, let's wait a couple more seconds for everybody to return. Let's see. All right, about 35 more seconds. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see how many people are back. Most people are back. All right, let's wait 15 more seconds. Okay. Let's see, team 1 is Helen's group. Okay. All right, Helen, are you ready to share?
Yeah. Blackfish, 10 Things I Hate About You, How to Train Your Dragon.
Wait, don't go too fast. I'm marking down the names that you got, so.
Okay. Blackfish.
Yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Air Bud, Adventures of Bill and Ted. Mean Girls, Indiana Jones, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
Indiana Jones, and what else? Is it just Indiana Jones?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, then I can't give you that one. You're missing the full name. Okay, what was after Indiana Jones?
Rise of Skywalker, Truman Show, Harry Potter, Night Before Christmas, 2001: Space Odyssey, and Back to the Future.
Okay, Back to the Future. Okay, I also can't give you the Harry Potter one because you're missing the rest of the title. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 for team 1. This is actually really good for the first round. All right, awesome. You guys did great, team 1. All right, team 2, I believe that's Gerardo. Whenever you're ready, Gerardo.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I got Blackfish, 10 Things I Hate About You, Always Be My Maybe, 50 First Dates, Saving Private Ryan, A Beautiful Mind, Air Bud, 2001: A Space Odyssey, How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, I think. Stand and
Azkaban?
Deliver. Yeah, Azkaban. Stand and Deliver, A Nightmare Before Christmas, Mean Girls, Wonder Woman 1984.
Yep.
A street cat named Desire, a streetcar named Desire, something like
that. Streetcar.
Yes, it's street. Yeah. Back to the Future.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The Amazing Adventures of Bill and Ted. The Truman Show and Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
All right. Great. 20 out of 20. That's amazing. Let's see. I have a feeling though your group had a trick with that for that. So okay, so let's see. All right, so now consider what ABT learning styles or strategies you can use for the other or the second round, right? So think about auditory, think about visual, think about tactile, and then when you come back and share again, I'm going to ask you about, which learning style or styles your strategies are related to. So really think about that when you strategize for the second round. Okay, but yeah, let's see. But let's actually discuss the method you use for the first round. So team 1, what strategies or strategy did you use to help you capture or remember the movie titles? Anyone from team 1?
We came up with trying to use an object that reminds us of the title of the movie.
Yeah, I think that's great. Okay. And then what about team 2? How did you guys capture or remember the movie titles? What was your strategy?
So while you're saying them, we recorded you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, but that's great. That's part of auditory that works, right? So you can learn that way. You can record your lectures. You can rewatch your lectures. I mean, I do that in university. I like to rewatch my lectures. So definitely auditory, replaying what you heard or learned is very helpful. Okay, so that's how team 2 was able to get 20 out of 20, right? But team 1, you did great as well, even without having to record. So awesome. Okay, so for round 2, you are all banned from recording me. So you cannot use any device to record my voice. So this time, really think about what strategies you want to use. So auditory, visual, tactile, right? So here are some examples. So maybe for auditory, as soon as you get back to the groups, try repeating the words to each other. Or for visual, right? Someone listen to the first 5 and draw images and then switch to the other person. And then for tactile, maybe you can create a shared Google Doc where each person can add to the list, right? So these are some suggestions, but you can come up with other strategies for the learning styles. So once you come back, I'll ask each group what strategy you had and what learning style it was related to. But yeah, take 2 minutes again to get in your groups. No recording me this time, right? You're banned from that. But yeah, so think of a strategy. You have 2 minutes to do that. And I will start putting you back into your groups. Let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, take 2 minutes. Okay, people are returning. Let's see, there are about 45 more seconds, so let's wait for team 2. All right, yeah, but be prepared to share what strategies you use and which learning styles they're related to. Okay, let's wait 25 more seconds for team 2 to come back. Okay, and keep in mind that my second list is a bit different from the first list. So yeah, definitely don't just read off from what you had the first round. Okay, 5 more seconds and everybody should be back. All right, let's get started. Let's see. Okay, I think Gerardo might have been kicked out because of Wi-Fi issues. Actually, no, he's back. Okay, cool. All right, so everyone be prepared. I am about to start reading the names. Okay, Hocus Pocus, The Notebook, Mean Girls 2, Wonder Woman, A Streetcar Named Desire, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Amazing Adventures of Bill and Ted, The Truman Show, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, Spirited Away, Spider-Man Homecoming, High School Musical, Doctor Strange, Coraline, Mulan, Christopher Robin, Groundhog Day, The Jungle Book, and Crazy Rich Asians. Okay, so hopefully you all got that. Let's put you back in your groups. You have 2 minutes to consolidate or gather all your movie titles. And again, Helen and Gerardo will share your group list. Okay, so take 2 minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully that was enough time. Okay, so last time we had team 1 share first. Let's have team 2 share their titles. Okay, Gerardo, whenever you're ready.
All right, I don't think they're in order, but can I do them out of order?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Mean Girls 2, Hocus Pocus, The Notebook, Doctor Strange, Wonder Woman. I believe it was the first one. Might have been 1984.
Okay.
A Streetcar Named Desire, Back to the Future, The Truman Show, The Amazing Adventures of Bill and Ted, High School Musical, Mulan, The Jungle Book, Robin Hood or Christopher Robin, Coraline, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Great. Team 2, 15. Really good. All right. Team 1, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The Notebook, Wonder Woman 1984, Mean Girls 2.
Wait, slow down. Okay, The Notebook. All right, next.
Wonder Woman 1984. Mean Girls 2.
It was just Wonder Woman. Okay, yeah. All right, next.
Mean Girls 2, Back to the Future, Streetcar Named Desire, Last Skywalker, Doctor Strange, in Star Wars Last Skywalker. Yeah. Doctor Strange, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Coraline, Mulan, Jungle Book, Groundhog Day, High School Musical, Christopher Robin, Hocus Pocus, Crazy Rich Asians, Adventures of Bill and Ted.
Okay. It's actually The Amazing Adventures of Bill and Ted, but
Yeah,
I'll give you that
same
one.
thing.
I'll give you that one. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15. Looks like there is a tie. That's great. Let's see. Team 1, you did better than the first round, so that's great. Team 2, because you weren't able to record me, you still did amazing with 15 out of 20. So great job, everybody. Okay. All right. So what did your teams do differently, right? How did your team use ABT in this activity? Let's go with Team 1.
We split up the the list of movies. So I took the first 5, somebody took the next 5, somebody else took the next 5, somebody took the last 5.
Yeah, that's great. And what type of learning style is it out of the 3 ABT?
I really don't know. I think we just tried to create an object in our minds, but I mean it won't. I couldn't really do it because you went kind of too fast for me to realize what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I think it could be close to tactile, right? So people are actively waiting for their turn and they're also writing everything down. So, okay, cool. Let's see. What about Team 2? What did your team do differently this time?
We also took a similar approach to Team 1, but instead, each person had a number of movies that write. So I do the first one, then the 5th, then the 9th, then the 13th and 17th.
Okay, that's interesting. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think that would also be right, tactile. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Yeah, so because both teams did really well on the second round after, strategizing together and also just thinking of new strategies, right? It really proves that because of the improvement, it proves that, it helps to change it up. It helps to combine different strategies, right? Try out different strategies or styles. So like it says right here, trying and combining different learning styles can improve your ability to learn and study new concepts, right? So definitely always try to see what works for you. Try out different learning styles, different skills, habits, mix it up, right? Combine them because you will probably end up improving your scores, right? Learning better, remembering more. So yeah, definitely try to mix it up or try to combine different learning styles. All right. Okay, any questions or any comments before we move on? You can also let me know in the chat if you do. But okay, because we have time left, let's do this challenge right now in study group. So this is the challenge. All you have to do is pick a class that you are struggling in or would like to improve your studying habits for. So if you're not struggling in any classes, that's fine, but do choose one class that you do want to improve in or like to improve your study habits for. So yeah, think of at least one class. And then the second thing you're going to do is map out a study plan for that class that has at least one study strategy for each of the learning styles. So auditory, visual, and tactile. And you're going to send it to me on Slack, on your Slack channel where all the other counselors can see, right? Put it on your Slack channel by this Friday, but because we have time right now, please do it right now. And I'll give you an example. So this is my example. I struggle in US history. So my ABT plan, study plan is for auditory. During dinner every day, I will tell my family what I learned from my AP history class. For the visual, I can start a YouTube playlist with crash course videos that review the topics that we're covering in class. And then for tactile, I can create or map out a timeline that has all the important historical events that I'm studying. So I can actually create the map and map that out. Okay, for tactile. Yeah, so everyone create something similar. Think of a class right? And then come up with one strategy per learning style, so auditory, visual, and tactile. And then once you're done, tag me and put it onto Slack. And then when you're done, let me know by hitting the raise hand button so I can check your Slack. Yeah, take a moment to do that. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. And don't direct message me. Put it on your Slack channel where everybody can see it, and make sure to tag me so I get notified. And also hit the raise hand button. Let me know if you have any questions. And make sure your strategy for each one is detailed, right? Don't just give me like 2 or 3 words. That's like, for example, don't just say watch videos, right? What videos are you going to watch and for what? So make sure your plan is detailed. Did someone say something? Was that a question? If not. Okay. All right, I'm starting to get Slack messages. Also raise your hand, hit the raise hand button so I don't miss your Slack message. Okay, so Angela, I'll check yours. Okay, and make sure you clearly state which is what, right? So put auditory, visual, and tactile. Yeah, make sure you have one for each of the 3. Anyone else done? Please raise your hand if you are. Okay. Yeah, have one for each of the 3. So not just 2 or 1, have one for auditory, visual, and tactile.
Wait, what are we doing?
Who was that?
Antonio?
Oh, Antonio, all we're doing is pick a class that you're struggling in, or if you're not struggling, just think of a class that you want to improve your study habits for, and then map out a plan for that class, right? And make sure each strategy is related to one of the 3 ABT learning styles. So have one for auditory, have one for visual, have one for tactile, and my example is up here on the screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, great. All right, let's see. Kayla, I see your hand. Gerardo, I see your hand. Let me check yours. Okay, these are looking good. Keep working on them. You still have about 4 or 5 minutes. And let me know when you're done by raising your hand. Okay, Gerardo and Helen, I'll check yours. Okay, I'll give you a thumbs up so you know that I saw it. Okay, and remember, tactile is more hands-on. So like if you're building something, creating something with your hand, like really practicing writing stuff, right? So make sure tactile is about that and where you're being active, right? Okay. Let's see, Antonio, I see yours. Let's see. All right, these are looking good. Andrea, I see you. Yeah, these all look really good. Okay. Let me know if I haven't given you a thumbs up, even though you have had your hand up for a while. But it looks like I got most people. All right, Aziel, let me check yours. Okay, good. All right, you still have about 2 minutes. All right, I really appreciate the detail you all are putting into your plans. I really hope you do stick with them and use them. And let me know how they go, if they were successful or not. But yeah, remember to raise your hand if you are done. Okay, 1 more minute and I will start dismissing people. So everyone hang on tight. Okay, all right, let's see. A few more seconds and I'll start dismissing people. So just hang on. If I don't call your name, please stay behind so I can speak with you.